Hi, I'm going to go through slides 7 through 17 and show you a good way that you could take notes on them. Remember, you are able to use these notes on your test. So this is the e-learning for Thursday. Okay, so we're going to start out with slide number 7. These are the Chinese dynasties. I'm going to write down the words in red because those are the ones that are the most important. So a dynasty is a succession of rulers from the same family. So, like when the father dies, then the son will take over, and when he dies, his son will take over for as long as they can until someone overthrows them. Okay, so I'm going to write that definition in my notes so I have it for the test. And you don't have to write it in the same words that she does, just write it in whatever way that you understand it. So, So write it in whatever way that makes sense to you. This is the way that makes sense to me, so that's how I'm writing it. Okay, so the rulers go in this order: the Shang, the Zhao, the Qin, the Han, the Tang, the Song, the Mongol Empire, and the Ming. Okay. The next slide talks about, oh my goodness, gives us a couple more vocab words. So I'm going to write those down. A pictograph is a symbol in a writing system based on pictures. Okay, so one symbol means like one thing. So, like, you could draw a little tiny picture of a tree, and that would mean tree, something like that. So, I'm going to write down the word pictograph. And then I want you to decide how you want to write it. So if you want to write it the same way that Mrs. Bassett has it, then you can just write down these exact words or write down what makes sense to you. If you just need to draw a little picture of a tree, do that. Okay, the next word is ideograph. So since the pictographs only stand for like one item, an ideograph is a bunch of these pictographs put together that represent an idea. So like if you drew a couple trees together, it would mean forest or something like that. Or another example could be like you could draw a pictograph could be a desk, and an ideograph could be a classroom, a lot of desks together. Those are just possible examples. Okay, another vocab word that you might want to write down is social hierarchy. Again, please write down the definitions of these so you know what they mean on your test. A social hierarchy is just the organization of society. So the emperor is at the top, the traders and the merchants are at the bottom. Okay, so like the most powerful people are at the top, the least powerful people are at the bottom. There's usually the most of them. So it goes emperor, aristocrats, scholars, peasant farmers, craftsmen and artisans, and then traders and merchants. And this is during the Shang dynasty. So I'm going to write that down. Actually, I'm going to write that at the top, because these things were invented during the Shang dynasty. I think that's why they're all on this page. Okay, next slide. So this is how much land was controlled by the Shang dynasty. As you can see, China today is a lot bigger, so other emperors later on will take over more land. Next is going to be the Zhao dynasty. Because it's in red, I'm going to write it down. This is China's longest dynasty, so that might be something to remember from that one. They believed in the mandate of heaven, which means that the king was put in that position by God. This was known as the period of the warring states. So the different parts of China were all at war against each other, fighting over land. And these philosophies, Confucianism and Taoism, were invented during this time.